Let's question 2. Question 2. Chlorine combines with ammonia to give us ammonium chloride and nitrogen gas. Let's bring out the equation so that we can balance it. Here is the equation. We're set to solve it. So let's put a letter in front of this. Letter A, letter B, letter C, and letter D. Then we take the elements one after the other. Just before then, over here, before we put the letter, we have 2 atoms of chlorine. Here we have 1 atom of nitrogen. Here we have 3 atoms of hydrogen. Here we have 1 atom of nitrogen. This is 4 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of chlorine, and this is 2 atoms of nitrogen. Alright, so let's start with the chlorine. Chlorine atom, Cl. Now, how many atoms of chlorine do we have altogether here? There will be these 2 times that's A. We must always multiply the subscript with the coefficient at the far front. So this is going to be 2A for the chlorine. There is no other chlorine atom on this side, so we'll move on to the product side now. That's going to be equal to, for the chlorine here, we have 1. This one multiplies the letter at the far front there. 1 times C, that's going to be C. So 2A is equal to C. There is no other chlorine atom on this side. So I'm done with chlorine. I want to move to nitrogen now. Nitrogen. For nitrogen, I have 1 times B. 1 times B, that's going to be B. No other nitrogen on that side. So I move on to the product side for nitrogen. For nitrogen on the product side, we have N, that is 1. 1 times C, that's going to be C. Plus, because there is another nitrogen on the other side, on this part, so we have 2 times D. 2 times D, that's going to be 2D. Alright, I'm done with nitrogen. So I move on to hydrogen. Hydrogen. On the reactant side, we have 3 times B. 3 times B, that's going to be 3B, is equal to, let's see the hydrogen on this side, we have 4 times C. 4 times C, that's going to be 4C. So again, we have equation 1, we have equation 2, and then we have equation 3, okay? Again, we're going to assume a value for one of the letters. Which letter has the highest coefficient here? I think it is C. C has the highest coefficient, so let's make C to be 1. Like I said, we could have chosen any other letter. We could have started with any other letter, but preferably here, I choose to use C as 1. So I write, let C be equal to 1. So anywhere I see C in the equation now, I put 1. So let me go to equation 1. This is C, so I put 1 instead of this C. I would have 2A is equal to 1. And then equation 2, I would have B is equal to 1, that one represents the C, plus 2D. That's for the equation 2. Then for the equation 3, 3B is equal to 4C. So it will be 3B is equal to 4 times 1, because we said C is 1. So 4 times 1 is going to be 4. Okay, we have a new equation 1, and then the whole equation for equation 2, and another equation 3. So from equation 1 now, from that equation 1, the newly generated equation 1, we have 2A is equal to 1. We can find our A. Our A is going to be half there. It's going to be half. Then from equation 3, look at equation 3. We have 3B is equal to 4. That's going to give us B to be equal to 4 over 3. So we have A, we have B, and we have C. So the only thing we're left with now is D. So let's go to equation 2. From equation 2, you know what we have there is B is equal to 1 plus 2D. We're going to put B as 4 over 3. We got B to be 4 over 3 here, so I put it here to be 4 over 3. B is 4 over 3 is equal to 1 plus 2D. Now I can take 1 to this other side. I bring 1 to this other side and find the value of D. Let's do that. I want to scroll up a little bit. Okay. So 4 over 3 minus 1 is going to be equal to 2D. The LCM here is 3. 3 goes in 3, 1 times 4, that's going to be 4, minus 1 goes here times that's going to be 3, is equal to 2D. Also we have 1 over 3 is equal to 2D. What then is going to be D? D is going to be 2 will come down, it will be 1 over 6. When 2 comes down to multiply the 3, we have 6 there. Alright, let's summarize our findings. We say A is, we got A to be half there, let me put it there. Then we got B to be 4 over 3, this B 4 over 3, and then C, we assumed C is 1, and then we got D finally to be 1 over 6. Okay, now we're going to find the LCM of the denominators. The 2, 3, 1, 6. The LCM of the denominator is 6. So we're going to multiply through by 6 to remove the fractional parts. So if I multiply this by 6, 6 into half, then B, 6 into 4 over 3, then C, 6 into 1, and then D, 6 into 1 over 6. What are going to be our answers? 2 goes in 6, that's going to be 3. Then B is equal to 3 goes here, 3, okay, this one goes, that's 3. This one goes here, that's going to be 2. 2 times 4, that's 8. Then this C, 6 times 1, 6 times 1 is 6. And then D, 6 cancels 6, so we're left with 1. We're left with 1. So let's replace those letters now. We're going to replace A by A is 3, good. We're going to replace B by 8. We're going to replace C by 6. We're going to replace D by 1. So let's rewrite the final equation. So instead of A, I write 3Cl2 plus B, I put 8 there, 8NH3. That gives us, instead of C now I put 6, 6NH4Cl. And then instead of D1, but since it's 1, I won't try the 1, I'll just leave it as an ordinary N2. We can check if this is balanced. Let's check for chlorine. Chlorine is 2 times 3 here, 6 atoms. What about here? 1 times 6, that's also 6 atoms. Balanced for chlorine. Let's test for nitrogen. We have 1 times 8, that's 8 atoms of nitrogen. Over here we have 1 times 6, 6 plus 2, making 8 atoms of nitrogen also. Balanced for nitrogen. Let's check for hydrogen. 3 times 8, that's 24. Then for hydrogen here, 4 times 6, that's also 24. So the equation is perfectly balanced. Perfectly balanced.